Hello everyone, welcome to the part number 3. What we left in the last one was this thing here, where I can finally log in and I'm gonna receive a GWT token right there. So yeah, so right now, okay, we received the GWT, but yeah, hey, how can I make sure this is now, secure? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open another tab, doing command T, and I'm gonna run here finally just the command to run all the photo. And I'm gonna say like example caption. My plan now is when nobody have the GWT here, not be able to see the photo. This is how we're gonna test it. And don't worry about the testing part. I'm gonna show you how we can write tests and everything in like his own milestone. So there's gonna be a milestone about testing. So yeah, so how can we do this? So now we're gonna need kind of a middleware, so something we're gonna stop when the user is not a good user finally. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create my context to make it secure. So inside my Instagram web, I'm gonna create right there a file called context.ex. This one is gonna be Instagram web.context. So that's gonna be the context. And here, oh really? I hate when that happens. Here, what I'm gonna say it's that's gonna be a plugs. So for those who have done Elixir before, you can have many plug here and create your own plug. You can think about the plug like a middleware in Node.js. So here, what you need is to import plug.con for the connection. Here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna alias the Instagram.auth, the thing we have created in the last one episode. And now what you need when you create a plug, you need two things. You need the init, where you don't need this n here, because the way I'm gonna handle that is I'm gonna say def init, who here receives some option. And what I do is just returning this option. And here I'm gonna have another one, a call. We're gonna receive the connection, and the second argument we don't need that now. This is the two function I always need inside a plug. So all this stuff again, you can read that you can. I'm gonna put some documentation about plug and stuff like that in the description. That's gonna be something like that where you get like all this information, like what is a plug, like what they do and things like that, and you're gonna see how awesome they are. And you see this documentation about Phoenix, you really need to read everything. And the thing about this I like about this documentation about Phoenix is I think is the best documentation I've ever found online. And you see here they have the overview, where here they're gonna talk about why they create Phoenix, what they have done, the endpoint, what is the controller, and blah blah blah. What is Cowboy, Plug, Ecto, and things like that. After that, the thing is they have a guide with the up and running. So you can like create a project just by following all this stuff, and you go one thing at a time. It's awesome. So I'm gonna put this link in the description. Okay, so now we have built the context here, but what we need here. So now here, what we're gonna do, it's here I'm gonna call a function. Well, I'm gonna call that build context. So this function is gonna be the one where we're gonna build the context. So here what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say context equal build context, who need the connection. And this one, just for helping us working with that, I'm gonna call io.inspect, thinking about console log, where I'm gonna say context, so that's gonna let us a way to see what is gonna be the context. Another thing I forget is inside the Facebook, just go here and remove the io.inspect here. Maybe you don't have it, I have put I think. And now here we're gonna have the context, and we're gonna show the context right there. So what we're gonna do with the build context here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a with statement. So we're gonna do a with. Well, here we're gonna say now, okay, for those who don't do a lot of Elixir, That's gonna be maybe looks pretty weird, but follow me here. So first thing, it's when I'm gonna add the GWT in the header. Sorry, I don't know what I am. It's I'm gonna how you say that, like put bearer in front of my GWT. Like in my other tutorial in JavaScript, we did GWT like that, but now that's gonna be bearer. And now here I'm gonna put a space. And finally, what I mean, it's I want to do like to get the token. So what I mean, it's here I can finally take whatever is gonna be after this string, so all the stuff after this space, to become a variable token, so I can make use of that. So I don't even know how I can call that, but string, not string interpolation, but like kind of. I mean, you can get this variable from that. You see what I mean? So if I have a bearer like that, this thing here gonna become token. So that here we're gonna do a get rec header, return the value of the request header specified by key. So now you're gonna understand what I mean. It's you need to pass the connection, but after that you need to pass the key, and the key is gonna be authorization. So that's gonna be which key you're gonna search when we're gonna do here inside the headers right there. After that we're gonna put a comma. I'm gonna create a new line like that, and also I'm gonna just say n already. And now here I'm gonna say a tuple here where I'm gonna say okay, and I'm gonna get the cure user. And my plan is to get this cure user coming from a function I'm gonna call authorize. Who this one gonna just receive the token from here, and I'm gonna call a do. This function authorize gonna receive the token. Gonna do a case statement where I'm gonna say out. So the out I have alias here. Dot guardian. I don't know why I don't have the autocomplete. Okay. Dot guardian. Dot decode and verify. It's another function inside the guardian. I'm gonna do a do like that. And now this one is gonna, so this case, so the decode and verify here gonna give us finally gonna verify then the token is good, and if it's good, gonna give us like finally the payload, and we need finally to say okay and claim. So right there on the out the guardian, not decode but resource from claim, where here we pass the claim. So if you follow what I done, it's right, not here but guardian right there, this function here, resource from claim. Okay, here we're gonna say, so it's a case statement, okay, so you need to understand, and when it's okay, here we're gonna do this thing about like almost like a switch or something like that. I'm gonna have three things. I'm gonna say when it's an error, we're gonna have a reason, and I want to return the error and the reason. When you return here an atom, a tuple with an atom error here, GraphQL gonna give us as an error, and now here we're gonna say when we get finally nothing, we're gonna say error, and that's gonna mean you're not arrived. So what that means here is when we have a user, we return okay with the user, so that means okay, he can go. When we have an error, maybe because I don't know, the server is not on or something like that, I'm gonna get the reason here. But when is other reason, like example, this is not a real user, the GWT is not good or thing like that, we're gonna get unauthorized. Okay, so now I'm here. So I get the okay cure user, so when this thing get called, so now what I can do with that is just returning this thing by doing cure user, cure user. After that, else, I'm gonna do, it's pretty weird how I get indent. One sec. Take this and go here, yeah. Okay. Else, that means we're gonna have an error, and we're gonna go with unitarize. Rise. You can have done here like reason and sing reason. I'm gonna keep it like that for now. And other stuff like, I mean, when it's not nil, I'm gonna just return that thing. That just means the user is not authenticated at all. So just returning an empty context. Okay, now it's good. Okay, now we have the way to build a context, but now how can we use it? So we need two things to do. Here we're gonna do a pot private. We'll say finally assign a new private key and value in the connection. And here, think about that, like you're gonna just like keep in mind who's gonna be the user here, and this is what Absinthe gonna need. So we're gonna say Absinthe. Here, the thing you want to get the context. Like that. Nothing more. So you're gonna take the context we just built here. So all this stuff plus this stuff gonna get now in the context of Absinthe. Now what we need to do is go inside your router. And inside the router, we need to add one thing. It's going to be after this plug accept JSON. So you see, it's already another plug. We're going to say plug Instagram web dot context. So the plug will just create. So now if everything is still work, I should at least be able to refresh this thing. Okay, perfect. I've done make a mistake. That's good. That's good. Okay, that's good. Now, example, how we can do this. It's now I can log, but you see when I log, you see what happened? My context here, it's empty, and that's why. That's like I told you. What happened? It's now we get here. We get this is not okay, but this is not nil. This is just we have nothing. So we get no user. That's because I have no headers. So now how are we gonna manage that? It's now I'm gonna copy paste that, and I'm gonna go inside my other query, or here this one we can say get photos. It's gonna be easier to follow, and this one we're gonna call that logging. Just double click, and now here I'm gonna add authorization. I'm gonna put that in bearer in front and paste, and I'm gonna save. Okay, now you follow me. I'm gonna clear this one, and I'm gonna run my GraphQL. I'm gonna run. Now what happened? Oh, I get my context, and now what I get the query user, the full object from my DB, the thing I need. Query user I have is my avatar, my email, first name, last name, and you see the username I have nothing, the ID, insert add, and everything I need. Here you can have maybe like example here, it's maybe not the best practice what I've done right there, but you can have maybe like example right there. When you get the user here, the resource to have maybe create like a get user for GWT or something like that, and just putting there. Or you can also just, I mean, do whatever you want. But here for now, I'm gonna just put the user. I'm gonna just put the full user. Okay. But now, you see, right now, if I remove that, okay, I'm gonna remove this one. I'm gonna click again. I can keep to go into the photo. I want to see unitarize. So how can I do this? We're gonna need to go inside the schema. So here is gonna be now another, like we're gonna need to create like another step, and that's gonna be to create a middleware for Absinthe to make sure that Absinthe gonna check if we have the context, to make sure then we can let the user pass away, like okay, you can go there, blah blah blah. That's going to be a middleware, not a plug. So what we're going to do is we're going to create here in the schema a folder called middleware, because that's going to be middleware for the schema, and we're going to say here authorize .ex. This one is going to be a module Instagram web dot schema dot middleware dot authorize. Here we're gonna have a behavior of Absinthe dot middleware. Middleware in-app custom resolution behavior on a file field. Here we're gonna need a call function. This one here gonna receive a resolution, so resolution, and it's gonna receive also just resolution. Yeah. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do a with statement where I'm gonna say cure user like that, and I'm gonna say from the resolution.context. So think about that. So that's gonna be like, how can I tell you? It's the resolution gonna be this full thing. So when you say resolution.context, now that become the cure user. So finally, when we have the user in the resolution, we'll just say, hey, return the resolution. Else, we're gonna say resolution. We're gonna take this resolution, and what we're gonna return is Absinthe dot resolution. You see what it was, right? Okay, nothing really. Put result. ND function for applying user function result tuple for a resolution struct. Now here what we can do is just returning a tuple. Well, we're gonna say error because you cannot be here, and we're gonna put you no to rise. Okay, still follow me here. We miss, like, we have one little thing almost to do now. That's it. So now what we left us to do is gonna be it's gonna be to add the middleware on the request we want him to become secure. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna come here on the schema ex, and here what we're gonna do is we're gonna do this at the top, alias what we just create, that schema that middleware, and now I'm gonna say example getting the list of photo. I want you to become, you need to be authenticate. So how I'm gonna do this, it's I'm gonna put finally the term middleware, and I'm gonna say right there middleware dot, and now the one we just create, that was auto rise, the module we just create. Okay, follow me here. Okay, now I'm gonna clear that, and now I'm gonna rerun again. So now you see no HTTP header. I'm gonna run that. First thing I'm gonna refresh. Okay, perfect, no bug. And now I'm gonna run, no headers, boom, run. And now I get an error. And I mean, did you mean one of the call? Okay. I say, okay, here I need, what I forget, it's here. The call, oops, the call for what we have created here. I should have put finally an argument here. This is what I was missing. I refresh, clear that, and now if I run, you see, I get unitarized. Okay, this message here is pretty, like, it's pretty big, but it's the error you get also when you do this with Node.js. We can manage that to make it better in the future, but now you see unitarize. I try unitarize. Why? It's because you see I have no user in my context. But now we need to make sure that that's gonna work. We're gonna have one. So I'm gonna log. You see, I can log. Why? Because my schema here, I don't put middleware in front of the log. I put it just for the photo. So now I can log. I take this JWT. I get here, create a header, put authorization, bearer, and I put the header, and I click save. And now I'm gonna go here and here. Now if I run, Boom. Now I can fetch all my items. So now you see. So that's it for the authentication part for this like milestone. We're gonna jump on the React part. So you see, so it's gonna be pretty simple because what we need to do now, it's from the front end, we need to do this query. Just this one. So it's gonna be pretty simple. The hardest thing is gonna be to install the SDK and maybe the design because I'm not that good so with the design. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna need now to get this token. We're gonna get that from the Facebook SDK. We're gonna call the provider. Here we're gonna put Facebook when the user gonna click, and we're gonna send. We're gonna ask him to getting back the token. We're gonna after that put this token inside the async storage, so like the local storage, where you can save some key value. And with this token now, what we can do is we're gonna put that in the header. So we're gonna do this, boom, get that, save that in the async storage, put that in the headers, and now we're gonna ask. So that's it for this one, and we're gonna talk in the next one. Again, thank you for watching. I mean, just seeing one more view, it's always motivate myself, me. So thank you, everyone, and again, don't forget, I push this code always on GitHub. Just follow which milestone you are, and you can see where we are right now. So I hope you enjoy, and we'll talk later. Bye.